Making money is all or none. I realize. So if we not start that you want a certain amount of money and then you're done, the money you're even planning your whole life it was created by a human being. So it's not even a perfect system. The financial system. You can swindle. Is that a good word? Is that a real word? Not dwindle. Swing. You know, something a human being created. If you rewind time long enough, money disappears. We created money for convenience and for transfer of value fairly. So if you're doing everything you're doing based on money, and then you have a certain amount, $10 million, after which you retire and now depend on the money. What if you see levels of inflation we've not seen in our lives globally? What if that happens? What if all the what ifs, all the financial what ifs? So I like to think about it like if you're not making money, you're losing money. You know, there is no keeping money, really. You know, I saw a video by Grant Cardone where he was mentioned saying something like Warren Buffett has stacks of cash. And Warren Buffett himself explained that we all know he has started investing when he was much way younger person. And that's what he does invest. He looks at portfolios of businesses and makes financial decisions on them by way of investment. And then when you invest in a business, he starts throwing off dividends. So he makes an investment when he was 12 years old, for example, and he starts getting dividends from those investments. Cash starts piling up. Then he looks at another portfolio, takes from that, invests. Now there are two businesses, and they are turning off cash flow, maybe 1.1 time more than, you know. Then he takes from the cash, invests in the third one. Now there are three businesses, and there's more cash coming in. So by the time that accumulates, and you have 16 different businesses that you've poured cash into, some of them will fail, some of them, of course. But I'm saying when it adds up to that number, for example, you have more cash coming back. you know. So after a certain point of continuously putting money into businesses, the cash flow from the businesses would overwhelm the cash use, and then cash starts stacking. Then somebody look at the cash that's stacking and think intentionally, and he said it. He said the reason why he looks like he has a lot of cash now, well, is he takes more time to look at portfolios because of his age. He's not as fast in decision making again. It's not as quick in even reading the fine print. So because of that, before he makes a decision on one business, he has spent a lot of time and a lot of cash would have stashed from all the ones he already. So that's a very beautiful model. That's a beautiful model to try to emulate, where you don't keep money and look at it. You know, you have enough to sustain you every day. Then you send the rest back into something that has some risk in it, where the money can go. Because those are the ones that also carry the possibility of returning something that is reasonable. That's a good model. I started pretty early to where he could afford mistakes and then build finesse. So that man has almost like a spiritual capacity to make a business that will not fail. Just off of having been in that space for a very long time. You know. So yes, that's not even what I was going to point at. What I wanted to bring out is the fact that I don't know what his core value is, but a lot of the billionaires we know, the popular ones, have this core value of value, creating value. Elon Musk has this brain chip he developed. I don't know what's it called again. I keep forgetting. Where they can download the aspects of your memory into a chip. And then when you develop like an Alzheimer's disease, some of these neurodegenerative disease that make you lose some of your cognition function, the chip is returned. and then you gain those things back. That type, do you think that man, do you think that person thinking about money when they did that out? When they started working on this type of project, do you think it's money they were thinking about? It's not money now. Money is so profane. When the pressure of the impossibility of the difficulty of the, you will just stop that thing. If it's money that, because there are a lot of other easier ways to make money. You could, you know, think about what I just said. Your cognition, your brain's capacity to assimilate and put information together and remember things is copied into something. Then, if you develop a disease that makes you lose that function, your brain's capacity that you once had restored to you. What's the name of that thing? I forgot. And I'm saying if he launches that thing and it becomes commercial to where he's successful, he has some success to it, that man will make gazillion dollars. And somebody will be saying money, money, money. That's not something that's driven by. It's not something that's not something you're trying to do because you want to make money. If you think about it, do you understand? So at that level, a lot of the billionaires we know and some of those successful people, most of them are they just want to bet the child from the brain. They want to see it in real life. And when you see that thing once or two times, now you're addicted to giving birth to children, giving birth to your ideas. And each one that succeeds gives you the capacity to do another one because now you have cash. So you see them, they sell businesses and then they keep going. So it's not even so much about. That's why when you look at them, you see them, they're very simple looking people. They're not really money giving people. Not really, not really. So thinking about money in that way is going to probably limit what you can do as a human being. And then what does retiring mean? What does it mean? If you're somebody who has lived all your life adding value, why will you retire when you're still alive? How much life do we get? 4,000 weeks. That's what we get. And it's over. So why are you retiring from this limited time before you actually die and actually retire? Why? The reason you want to retire is because you have been chasing the paper directly, chasing it, just chasing money for money. And that's very exhausting because when you're just chasing, keeps running, sometimes you have to sell somebody out, do somebody under the boss, do one thing that is honest, apart your own personal values because you're chasing paper. You know how people want to man, they say, I'll give you so amount, do so, and then you go against your values. When you chase it like that, you need to retire because you'll be very exhausted. But when you do it the other way, it's fulfilling each time. It looks like we've recorded success. So just a thought.